Okay, this is the stream. My very first stream, as a matter of fact, for the Let's Play of Shroud of the Avatar Forsaken Virtues. This is actually going to be really basic. Okay, what I want to do is I did log in first. I created a video in my existing character who only has about 9 hours on him, so I've not gotten very far, but I want to start over. So what I'm going to have to do is going to log out, go to the main menu, and I'm going to play an offline character. Now this isn't going to be indicative of a online, of course. You won't be able to see other players, but you will be able to experience the game. Okay. And then what I'll do, perhaps, is log into Robert, my main guy, and go from there. Okay, let's start with a male character. We're going to name this one, let's name him Gannett. Gannett. Let's see, I want to, no, you know what? Forget that. I'll do one of my D&D characters from long ago. Dernick. And Faldoran. We'll do a ranger type character. Let's proceed. And of course the load times are supposed to be atrocious in this game. I've not really experienced any bad loading times, but this is installed on a solid state drive. I think it's a Samsung Evo 850 if I'm not mistaken. Older one. Okay, current tasks are shown here. This is what you see when you first enter to the game. Of course, the offline loaded so much faster. So if you want to experience the game or get an idea for the game, go here. It'll let you experience the RPG elements of the game without having to wait on atrocious load times. And also, if you have a non-solid state or a slower hard drive, especially a 5200, it is going to be a while. But once you get in there into a certain zone, you're there for a while. Okay, mysterious woman. Of course, I am this apparition. What a lovely man. As Worf would say, what a handsome race. Okay. And for those that like the FPS element, it's reminiscent of a FPS in certain aspects, like the WASD, and then you have the reticle. But one thing I really enjoy is the mouse over interaction. I can either double click to speak with her, or I can mouse over and hit E as in Edward on my keyboard. Double click woman to talk, and then I'll show you your task, and this is a little help, so we're going to do that and double click. This new world is confusing. Perhaps Arabella can help me. Hell Avatar. And of course you see these words that are underlined. Those that are familiar with the old school Ultima series will have no problem recognizing this style of gaming. It's for us old folks. So if you like that old school element, I think you'll enjoy this aspect of the game. And down here you can choose different responses. You don't have to, these are like your general responses. Hello, guide, avatar, name. You can ask her name. As I said, as said previously, I think it's as I said, it's supposed to be as I said previously, my name is Arabella. But anyway, hail Avatar, I am Arabella and I've been sent to guide you. I know you are feeling ill at ease from the journey your spirit has taken from Earth to this place, but I assure you your destiny has never been closer. If you haven't seen the opening theme, the opening movie, the opening cinematic for the game, it's very reminiscent of the old Avatar games where the Avatar was drawn. I think the last one that I saw was that was like that was 4, maybe? Was that the one, I believe? Anyway, they're all so similar. With the moonstones in the backyard, you know, there's glowing light, you're watching TV, and then you see lightning strike right outside, very close. You go to investigate, and you see this doorway appear, and you go through there. And anyway, those that have played the game, they know exactly what I'm talking about. This is very similar, but it's been more updated with today technology. I thought it was kind of cool. Your character is supposedly he's browsing the internet, even the dark net, for ancient transcripts of ancient rituals and those written in the language of Britannia. And you come across several manuscripts. Anyway, you delve so deep into the web, you actually come to this, that like the computer itself ends up being a portal, and you're drawn in to this world in that sense. So I thought that was kind of cool that they actually updated it for the modern day technology. Of course, this game I believe was developed, the development I think, or the Kickstarter that is, started in 2013, which you can tell the graphics, they're not top of the line, but I like it. I like the graphics. Some people have a lot of problems with them, with the animations, but for someone that plays Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gate, some of the old Might and Magic games, I mean, I've played, you know, The Witcher's, played some very good and graphically beautiful games, but I have just as much fun in a lot of the older games as well, even more fun than most RPGs today. Especially the MMOs. I mean, I can enjoy like World of Warcraft and things like that, but when it comes to this style of game, none of those offer what the old school games offer. So it is what it is. You're either going to like the graphics, you're going to dislike them, the animations. I mean, you know, it's nothing spectacular. It's, like I said, it is what it is. Anyway, so now I can go up to her and I hit the letter E. I'll interact with her. You can interact with whatever your mouse is over if you're close enough to it. Okay, Hell Avatar. So we're going to click on Avatar. Yes, you are the avatar that we've been waiting for, a traveler from another land, one who by word and deed can demonstrate a way forward for all. Every step you take in this world will shape those around you. It is your destiny. I am here to guide you towards it. And then you click on Guide. The first step is for you to finish your manifestation into the world of New Britannia. Manifestation. Now we can click these that are underlined, which will keep us within the conversation confines, or we can go outside of those and start some of our others. But all the words that you discover will be here. If you run out of the room here, you click this, and it will go to the next level of words in your repertoire, I guess. But anyway, click on Manifestation. There is a magical mirror down the path from here. Gaze into it, reflect on what sort of person you will appear to be. You will find other mirrors like this in your travels. And of course, I can't click on anything here because of the continue. So I hit the continue, and I can scroll up and then click on the mirror. Walk down the path, soon you'll find the mirror. It is a focus for powerful magic that can reshape your appearance to whatever form you prefer. You should use it to assign the form that you will have while exploring New Britannia. And of course, New Britannia gives you a description of the world apart from Earth that you learned of, and all of those stories is real. So the stories I was speaking of when he was browsing the internet, he was looking into the ancient manuscripts and he searched the dark net. Well, he came across these ancient recorded manuscripts that speak of this place called New Britannia, and it seems like legend and unbelievable, but now you're discovering that it is real in the game. It is where you now find yourself, and it is where you will find your destiny. It lies beyond the lunar rift, but for now you must make your manifestation and visit the oracle. Once again, the lunar rift is described or shown in the opening cinematic, and that's actually what caused the, I think it is, I'm pretty sure it is, because that's what I think helps make the shards, maybe. I'm not totally sure on that, but I don't pretend to know a lot about the lore of this world, but I have played some of the older, but it has been years. It lies beyond the lunar rift. And of course, rifts are dimensional gateways, avenues of power that bridge distant places, even sometimes allowing passengers from your world to ours in times of great threat to all. An avatar is called here to fulfill their destiny. Your arrival is proof that time is now upon us. Now, the multiplayer aspect of it, they speak of many avatars coming. So it's not just one this time, as it was in time past. But it's the same concept, because even then there are many shards, and when you hear Richard Garriott speaking about it when the first Ultima Online was made, sharding is what they had to do to control the human population, but they had great lore behind it, and it was a shattering of the worlds into shards. Well, one could say that each single player person in all the last games, even though it was different avatars playing, it was still avatars. Everyone was an avatar, just for different shards. And you could say the same thing here, except this time there's many on one shard. The rift here on this Isle of Storms will take you to New Britannia once you've made your manifestation and finished speaking with the Oracle. You click on Oracle, and she's the guide of everyone's path in New Britannia, a very important part of the future, your future, but she can't see exactly how, so she really doesn't know what she's talking about. But hey, they gave her a spiel to speak, and she has to tell you that. Just hit goodbye, and I'm going to move this along. I've rambled long enough. Okay, follow this path to the mirror. Up here is your compass. Okay, right here is the mirror, and you'll have several of these at each quest you discover. So there is use the magic mirror. And then here, if you can read this, Tuesday, July 10th, Summer 565 PC. I'm guessing that is post-cataclysm or something. I'm not really sure. I'd have to look that up. Midnight, that's the time, of course. Third quarter moon, light clouds, and calm. So it gives you everything for immersion. It shows you that it's a calm night. It shows you that it's lightly cloudy, right? Just a few clouds in the sky. You can still see the stars. And whatever it says there is shown graphically. Oh, look at that shooting star. That was pretty cool. I hadn't seen that. Little things like that make the game very immersive. Oh, jeez, Watcher. You scared the bejesus out of me. Okay, there we go. There's the rift. Okay, see that? See that? Yeah, So that's, oh, there's another shooting star. Then again, it could just be fragments. Look like a shooting star, but it could be fragments in the atmosphere, but it sure didn't seem that way. We've got shooting stars. Anyway, we'll go up here, click on the mirror. You gaze into the mirror. Talk to the Oracle, tell her, test, and something will happen. I couldn't see it. Okay, here we go. Character selection. Okay, we're going to go with a darker skinned fella here. We're going to make him a little less in stature than my other character. Hair color, give him more of a brown. Okay, let's look at the more wild looking hair. That's a little wild for me. There's some dreads. We may go with that, which I don't know if we'll stick with that or not. Actually, the braids. I might do the braids. I don't know if I want the Pippi Longstocking braids. I thought it was cooler looking than that. So let's go to the next one. A bun, yeah, that's the man bun. A page, yeah, very manly. Bald. I don't think we have a whole lot of selection. Oh, now there we go. Norgard braids, long curly. Being the ranger, I may go with a long curly. And facial hair, let's go with the darker hair. The facial hair is really well done. I like the different styles they have. Dashing, frontier, trimmed, merchant, Van Dyke, goatee, full beard, frontier beard, or Amish as I like to call it, soul patch, right on, double braided beard, long beard, single braided. Now that one would probably go well with that. Yeah. Full beard, fancy mustache. Cowboy. Y'all. Handlebar, corner, stands, and then none. And we're going to go with the frontier beard. Or not the frontier, the full. Okay, let's look at the beard hair color. We're going to go with a darker brown. Okay. Now what about eyes? Now you can adjust a lot of things in the game. Here, the facial. You can do eye height. Let's do low eyes. We'll do them wide apart. Width, tilt. We're gonna inset them. Iris size. We're gonna make him look crazy. Go here. Nose width. And we'll leave this. Most of this isn't going to be apparent though with the beard, so. Yeah. Oh, well, finish. Dernic Faldorn, here we go. We're going to export, there we go. Solid state drives are really nice for specific games, especially like this one, where you have a lot of load screens, like Lord of the Rings, same way. Lord of the Rings Online, I mean. Okay, let's look at our equipment here. Let's see what we've got. I'm about to sneeze. Whew, I didn't mute myself in time for that one. Excuse me. Okay, we've got cotton cloth boots, gloves, leggings, chest armor, all this stuff's +1. I think I'm about to sneeze again. Whew. Excuse me, again, sheesh. Okay. We have leather chest or cotton, and then we've got copper. That's what Robert is wearing. I'll show you the differences. Yeah, there, all his bicep glory. The cotton cloth. This will be probably if you want to go with the a more wizardry class, a magic using class, because I think the chance to fizzle is pretty non-existent with these. But if you go with a leather, fizzle chance is 8%. See, so anything above cloth, I mean that's typical in most RPGs. Okay, the torch, but we don't need the torch. Notice this spell here, light, and it's a -20% fizzle chance from equipment. Now, of course, the level of this is, see over here, here's foraging, blacksmithing, carpentry, milling, tailoring, textiles, tanning. Now these just show you that you are gaining XP each time with these skills when you use them. You can set these to unlearn, to not train, or this. Now from what I understand, I think you only have a certain allotment of experience points to spend toward training. So let's say you got a pool of training points, and you have 500 points in that pool. Well, let's say you go up 50 points in foraging, 50 points here, 50, 50, 50. That would come out of your full experience, right? So you can't just level everything to max without gaining experience, even though you're training in those. So if you want to train something faster, instead of training like so many things, then again, I could be completely wrong on that. You may be able to train everything, but you're going to train slower with the more things that you're training in. Now, I just left everything alone because I'm kind of new to the game anyway, so I'll just get rid of these. These will pop up. As soon as I hit this, look up in the right corner there. Nothing happens. What about when I heal? Let's try this again. Well, normally when you use a skill, it will let you know that it's went up in level. Maybe I can't here in this area, I'm not really sure, but let's continue on here. Okay, we need to speak. You need to take and read the book. Here we go. The Ankh. Take the book by dragging it from the lectern to your character. Boom. Take and read the book. Open this up, go to all items, new player handbook. Now notice the character. When I do this, he opens a book. Those little, as I said, the RPG elements within the game are really well done. So here we go. Introduction, game modes, getting around, exploring the world. Okay, introduction, first steps. Down here you turn the page, everybody knows that. If you don't, you do now. Now you keep this with you. So if you ever have any kind of questions with the game, now this is table of contents when you click that ribbon. So let's say we just read a little further. Game modes. Online play's default mode is open. In this multiplayer mode, you see in the same game world as all other open players. Choose private or party to play in your own private space while still being able to see players in your adventuring party and interact with the persistent works of other players such as vendors, houses, and player-owned towns. That is a friends mode, really, is what that is. I think if you have friends to play with, that would probably be one of the best ways to play. But now I played open, and I saw several people in the starting zone. I think I seen like, well, several, 8 to 10. I mean, which is pretty good, you know, for a game that's supposed to be garbage. If you go to Steam, most of the reviews are negative on this game. It's a mostly negative reviewed game. And I read them, a lot of those, but there were several on there that were more old school game enjoyers or enthusiasts, and so I decided to give it a try because I like the Ultima series pretty well. Back in the day, I really wish there would be an update to some of those games, but they're still fun. They're still really enjoyable games. If you really get into them, you can really immerse yourself. But it's just kind of hard to play them on newer machines. They are very dated, but they can still be a lot of fun, which is the case for a lot of those older games. Anyway, back to this one. Let's move on. Anyway, the game mode, if you don't have friends to play with, you just want to try the game, and you really don't care about the MMO aspect, I would suggest doing the offline mode, which is what we're doing now. It loads faster. You'll experience the story, experience everything in the game, except for PvP, of course, which I'm not a real big PvP fan. But you won't be able to see other players. You won't be able to interact with persistent works of other players, such as vendors, houses, and player-owned towns. You will see the world as it is presented by the developers, and that's it. Which is okay for some, for others it is, excuse me, for sandbox MMO, this is kind of a mix, I think. For sandbox MMO, a lot of times there are player run events from what I've seen here, and like I said, I've only played about 9 or 10 hours, but I've already seen advertisements, announcements for player events, and those are supposed to be pretty fun or interesting anyway, to get away from what you're doing, to get away if it's getting monotonous for you, then you can go do those, and then go back to doing whatever you're doing. But anyway, so in offline mode you miss that. Offline play allows you to recruit non-player character NPC companions to accompany you and aid you in combat. Fiona in Peladyar's Tavern in Ardoris is one such companion. These NPCs exist in online mode but will not accompany you as companions. So I did not know that because this is the first time I've actually played in offline. So that's interesting to see that you can actually hire certain NPCs to help you. Of course, getting around WASD, spacebar, and I've remapped my controls because I use an MMO mouse and I use the back 6, 7, 10, 8, the dash, the 9, the equal, which is really the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. But there is no 11 and 12. Exploring the world, anyway, click here, table of contents, understanding skills, press Y to either create a new deck or modify an existing one. Cover this in another video, but I just hit Y. I have equipped at the moment my blades, and we're going to go over this in just a moment. But I can switch to ranged or magic, but she covers all that in just a moment. So we're going to ignore the book for now, and we're going to move ahead. I know I'm dragging this out, I apologize. This is for just to give you a description and why this game appealed to me. Okay, we're going to click here on the furthest, hit E, and then I can E on the Oracle.
I am the Oracle. I am here to help guide your destiny.
The Oracle is an alien automaton. I am the Oracle. I'm here to determine what path you should follow. Here you go. Here's character creation. Character creation consists of choosing which one of the 3 virtues, of course, 3 main virtues: virtue of courage, virtue of truth, virtue of love. And of course, you click the Oracle. She's the guide. She advises, serves. Let's scroll up. I don't want to click ready as of yet. Path. I speak of the path that you are on. Your arrival has been foretold in prophecy. The road that you travel is also preordained. Shape all those that you meet on your way. Prophecy. Okay, we can meditate. Hey lady, I'm talking to you.
Greetings, Avatar. I am the Oracle. I am here to help guide.
What was it we were speaking of? Virtue. Path of the virtues. Prophecy. Okay. It is a book can be found within this confirmatory. It's a hall of meditation where we may speak freely. So we can actually go read about the prophecy, the Durai, or let's see, Durai, I guess. Durai prophecy, I guess. Okay. Okay, we're just going to type in ready. Well, truth. Path of truth. I'll suggest you truth, love, or courage. Okay, here we go. There are no wrong answers. She's going to ask several questions. There's no wrong answers. And hit continue. Here we go. If you're entrusted to bring your liege an uncounted purse of gold, though owning no coin of your own, yet along the way you meet a starving refugee, what would you do? Truthfully deliver the gold, knowing the trust in you is well placed, or lovingly give the beggar a coin, knowing it should not be missed? Well, we're going to gift him that because we're an overly good character, and the king has plenty of money. That's the type of character that Dernick is. Avatar, if in a hard-fought battle you manage to disarm thy mortal enemy, who is a cruel murderer, in a duel to the death, and now he is at your mercy, what would you do? Would you show love by permitting him to yield, or courageously fight to the end, whatever it may be? We'll permit him to yield if he so chooses. Don't want to cause death unless we have to. Avatar, suppose you have sworn an oath to stand at your post during a battle, yet your friends were suffering in a close-pitched skirmish. Show courage and aid your comrades in their hour of need, knowing you may deny it later. No, or refrain so you may truthfully state you followed orders. I don't like to deny it later, so what we're going to do is we're going to truthfully follow orders and hope for the best for our friends. Stand at your post during battle. They're suffering in a close-pitched skirmish. I have faith that they will be victorious. You may, I wouldn't. Courageously aid. You have indicated affinity for the virtue of love. This is fortunate, for the victims of an onslaught at the trading post of Soulless Bridge will surely need help and compassion. Follow the path of love. Now this is what my paladin Robert ended up being sent to, but it was for a different reason. I was truthful in each of those. I stayed true to my word. I gave the money to my king because I swore an oath to him that I would do it. And then what Robert would do is tell the man of the beggar, or then I would earn money for that and then go back to the beggar. Second question regarding the oath to my friends, or the oath to guard my post or help my friends. I chose to stay at my post, knowing that they would do the same, or hoping anyway. But the thing was, since he was so truthful, it was determined by the oracle that I needed to learn about the truth, or about the virtue of love. So they sent me here. So even though I chose the virtue of love here, I was truthful in the last one. I followed the virtue of truth, but I needed to learn. So they put me in the same place. Okay, so we're going to hit goodbye. Now if there's another building like this one though, we'll look real quick and see. No, I don't think there is. Of course, J is the journal key. Current tasks. Go back. Knowledge. Yeah. Very old school, very cool. Now, the inventory used to be really old school, but from what I understand, they changed it last year, 2018. It ended. So 2019 it switched to this itemization. It's kind of the same thing they did in Ultima Online. Of course, there was an outcry. There always will be. I don't know if anyone remembers, but in the old Ultima games, you had a backpack that looked like a large version of the saddlebag here. And you just open that sucker up and everything's just thrown in there. Well, they changed that to a more itemized. And I don't mind it. It's definitely easier to keep track of things in this itemization, but it does take away a little bit from the immersive nature of those old RPGs. I'm Dernick Faldoran, and they asked me who I was, and I chose down here. And you can choose whether or not you want to learn. from the lessons or continue on. Now, if I was playing, I would continue on and not worry about it, but I'm showing you. So what we're going to do is, yes, I want to learn more. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream here, I think. Hey, you know what? No, let's just continue. Doesn't matter. Let it continue. We'll just keep going. This is a stream. This ain't an uploaded video. We'll just read this sucker. Yes, I want to learn more. And of course you see the blue and they're waving. That indicates that they have a quest for you. Doesn't happen very often. Just go over and talk. This kid's going to teach me a few things. Wants me to hop over the fallen column, go through the door, and meet him in the next area. Please excuse the mess. Sorry about the clutter. When your moon explodes, well, you get a little unexpected mess. Just jump over the rebel and you click that and they tell you about the space bar. Space bar is used to jump. Very easy. Boom. Of course, I'm going to hit to open that. Of course, I think that automatically opened. Okay, now we're going to talk to Ananias. Wait before you go this. I want to give you something. Thanks. What is it? Something to save your life one day. A potion of health. I'll put it in your inventory, but you should drag it into your... Uh-oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you how inventory works. Okay, tell me about inventory. When you collect something, it goes in your inventory. Of course, there it is. That's where you keep your stuff. Hit the I for inventory. You can move stuff onto your hotbars. Let's talk about hotbars. And you got 2 hotbars. Thank the good Lord above, we only have to worry about 2 hotbars. That's one thing that I did not miss on some of the older MMOs, is having about 37 different buttons you had to click. Usually, even if that's the case anymore, I usually just choose like 6 or 7 abilities that I will use constantly, at the most 7, and go from there. Talk about gear. I should drag a potion of health into my hotbar. Now we can click each of these, but there's no real reason to. So what we're going to do is say goodbye and drag that potion of health. Now notice there's a potion of lesser health. That's not the one. Drag the potion of health and put it right here. And there you go. And you've done it. See, it's green. Hey, you did a great job. The lesson's over. I want to teach you about combat in the next area. Off with you now. I'll meet you there. Now, the chat font is larger. I actually had it enlarged in size. I want to see when people actually speak, because that's more immersive for me when I know that actual players, like when I play the online mode. I'll meet you there. Okay, she's going to meet me over there. Okay, yes, those doors open automatically. No reason for me to click. Check out the statue. He's holding vines. Okay. Did you notice I sometimes wave my hands to get your attention? They have blue sparkles on them. Yeah, get that checked out, kid. Okay, I understand. A quest for me. See that sword? Go pick it up, fight the Watcher. It's an automaton though. And loot the corpse when it's defeated. Now tab is your targeting. I rebind mine to Q, but tab is the way that you can tab target. Tab is the way to tab target. Configure is the way to target enemies. Okay. So we're gonna go grab the sword. We double click it. And it's going to, yes, we have it equipped. course Q, and then Z readies combat, and check out that cool sword, man. Look how it shines. One thing that is kind of cool, later you will find rusted weapons, and they look rusted. I think the detail to the armor and gear in the game is really well done. Look at that. Isn't that cool? How that like reflects that sun. Anyway, I think that's cool. Now when you get close enough, when you pull out the sword, you're in auto attack mode, okay? And when you target immediately, you'll start attacking. And I hit E and E again. E again. Okay, I'll put this up and I'll talk to her. Looted a goodly bow from... Well done, my champion. Thou hast looted a goodly bow from the terrible spider thingy. Ugh, it's so hard to keep saying thee and thou. Now that's one thing I did miss from the old games, is the thee and thou, but most people would be turned off by that today. So, I thought that was kind of funny, a throwback to the old games. You recover health and focus while you rest. If you sheathe your weapon, exit combat mode, you'll recover faster. Pick up the arrows off the ground and equip your bow. Now check this out. This was kind of slick. Now you'll find quivers of arrows, right? But you will also, you must pay attention. This is an old school MMO. There will be individual items laying on the ground. No glowy sprites around them. No outline of the item to be interacted with. You'll just see different things laying around. Go to everything and see if you can interact with it, because the majority of things can be interacted with, and it's really cool. Okay, so what we have to do now is we have to go to equipment's what I do because it's just easier. Right click, equip. Immediately I have my training bow. If I pull that out, there it goes. Now what I can do also is I can go to Y and I can switch to ranged. Now if you'll notice, this is my blades deck. So I have blades, glyphs, which are your abilities to use, which would not do me any good using a bow. So exit combat, because you can't switch these during combat. Equip. Then hit Z again, and voila, I have aim shot, I have disabling shot, I have dodge, dash, and you can drag these anywhere. Like I would probably put dash over here. Air's embrace. Increases dexterity, and it lasts for 11 minutes. So that's one of your general buffs. If you want to do an archer, which I am, I would probably drag this down to your utility bar. This is a utility bar, this is a combat bar. Two different bars. When you're out of combat, it auto hides. Now you can change that, but I like it hidden when I'm not using it. Okay, so we're going to just auto attack. That's all you really had to do. So I didn't really have to even switch the deck. You can still auto attack without the different decks selected. Okay, 60 gold. Okay, meet in the next area. We'll talk about skills and combat decks. Maybe I just need to shut up and let the game explain it. Of course, we're going to go ahead and loot this. And you don't even have to hit loot all or anything. Just hit E twice. E to loot, open the quartz, E to loot all. It's very easy and intuitive. I like it. Okay. Did you know that your adventuring skills need to be grouped into sets called combat decks in order to use them? Your blades deck is equipped right now. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stupid kid. You don't know anything. My bow deck Actually, it's not a bow deck, it's a range deck. When you exit a conversation, press Y, you'll see you also have ranged and magic. The combat decks mean you click equip next to the magic list and switch to that deck. Come talk to me when you're done. Okay, goodbye. Alright, we're going to switch. Oh, I don't have a staff, but she wants me to switch anyway to magic. Okay, she gave me a simple staff. Changing decks will change the skills in your combat hotbar. Magic deck puts Searing Ray in the first slot of your hotbar. Range puts aim shot. Blade puts thrust. None of these require reagents, but eventually you'll have spells that will. I want you to enter combat mode and use the first skill in your combat bar. Feel free to attack that nearby training dummy. And that doesn't mean her. Okay, so now there's the training dummy. And when you attack, you don't even have to aim. I think they'll automatically, like I can aim over here and still hit the, see what I mean? It'll target the nearest one. Okay, now this is a, okay, there's one of these is above too, right? Now this is cool, check this out. Look at that. I have the power. You can also choose whether or not to have the actual magic words spoken above your head in a chat bubble when you cast magic. I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, we're going to put that up, set my backpack on fire, and lose all my items. But hey, it's all in the name of tutorial. This lesson's over. Okay. Of course, I have my map pinned, brought up, so we can actually turn that off for now. Just keep walking here in the general direction. I have never tried to jump off here. That planet looks familiar. Did you know the Oracle protects you and me? We're friendly to each other, but those watchers from before, modified to be threats, they're not protected. That automaton in the next room is neutral, so you can consider him a threat, value and attack him, or you can sheath your weapon and tell him a lie or be compassionate. Such choices are important to the Oracle. Go make your choice. Okay. Goodbye. Repurposed automaton. Greetings, error identity not found. This unit wants to be human. Interrogative. How does this unit appear to you? You look exactly like a human. Liar! This unit bids you farewell. Later, turd nuggets. That much more close in the Matrix. You chose to lie. A valid choice as any, I suppose. Has a ramifa, and it's an act which the Oracle would not consider truthful. Also, it attacked you anyway. Did it? Verbally, I guess. Obviously, truth is important, but so are love and courage. We can chat more about the virtues if you like, but we're done talking. No, it's alright. I'm cool. Maybe I should attack him. You got me in trouble with the Oracle. Die! What kind of loot you got, buddy? Nothing? I'll attack you again. Here it is, almost 1 hour, and I still haven't made it to the starting zone. I'm going to start a new stream for the next Let's Play, or Let's Play. That's definitely what we don't need is Let's Play. Welcome to Shroud of the Avatar. More talk, Let's Play. you did it. You learnt so much. I'm proud of you, Dernic Faldoran. But now you should move on to Novia. As you travel, don't forget to make use of any of the many ways that you can help you quickly navigate the world, including rowboats, signposts, wagons, ships, even lunar rifts. Enter the nearby lunar rift, travel to New Britannia, and start your adventure. Okay. Okay, before I do that though, I'm going to switch to my bow. All of them are perfectly repaired, so with that, and I do not forget to switch back to ranged. And I'm going to stop right here, and we are going to end the stream. Thanks for watching. I know it was dragged out, but we will pick up our adventure actually starting the game outside of the tutorial in the next Let's Play, Shroud of the Avatar, Forgotten Virtues. Well, from here on out, we're going to call it SotA. Have a good one. Good luck and have fun.